Welcome back to Politics Tonight, where we dig beyond the headlines. So, Senator, let's talk about executive-legislative relationship. What will be your advice to the government as a former lawmaker?
Well, I'm sure the president will appoint special advisors on legislative matters who will liaise with them and Mr. President. There will be one probably for the Senate and one for the House of Reps. I think probably you will need about two, not even one, so that they can work together. It's very, very essential that they work together. It's a good thing that, first of all, we have a majority in both houses, and that is good enough to have a good government. But we need to be able to make consultations. There must be constant consultation between government and the houses, both the upper chamber and the lower chamber, so that we can work conveniently and without any problem. We know there are members of the opposition party in both chambers, but really, when you are in the chambers, you don't work on parties. You work as one to make sure Nigeria succeeds. And I think this is what is going to happen. President Bola Tinubu is such an amiable person. I'm sure he will show that to the Senate and the members of the House of Reps, and they're going to work together beautifully. I'm sure they will work together beautifully. He will open his doors, and there will be a good connection between the two of them. But all the same, he needs to appoint good special advisors who will liaise between the two of them effectively. Once he does that, everything will be fine.
All right. So just a few days ago, President Tinubu already appointed his essays on legislative matters, one for Senate and one for House of Reps. Now, so with the leadership of the 10th National Assembly emerging as suggested by the APC leadership, do you agree with insinuations that the lawmakers may pander too much to the whims of the presidency?
No. Really, the party dictates this position anywhere in the world. You don't see a situation where you will go to the National Assembly and then people will just be fighting each other. Once you do that, even the opposition can defeat you once you are divided. So normally the party intervenes and makes sure that there is a rancor between our members and that they all agree on who will be the president, who will be who, and so on and so forth in both houses. So it is not dictatorship, no. It's a party affair. The party must intervene and make sure that there is peace and that somebody emerges from the majority party and so on and so forth. So I don't think there was any you can even see that there was in the Senate. It was not a unanimous decision. There was voting. There were two candidates who actually voted, and then one emerged, and it was the one that the party wanted to win that actually won. That is a good sign that we are going to have a good rapport between the executive and the legislative body. I think it's a good sign. It's not as we imagine that we're over. No, everywhere in the world, the party decides and the party intervenes and makes sure that somebody whom they trusted, who can lead, who is who's most senior, and so on and so forth, emerges as the president of the Senate and the Speaker of the House of Representatives. It's a normal thing.
All right. So let's move away from legislative matters to economic issues. Getting the needed revenue to run the government is a big challenge. How will you advise the president to handle issue of revenue generation?
Well, you see, issue of revenue generation depends on the way you look at it. I personally will want us to invest heavily on agriculture. Let us produce enough food for ourselves. Once we can produce enough food for ourselves, the whole thing is simple. Every other thing, and we are lucky, we have all these essential minerals. We have oil, we have gold, we have titanium, we have everything. Nigeria is blessed. Nigeria is a very blessed country. All we need to do is to put our energies together and work forward to make Nigeria proud. So the issue of funding is not a problem at all. Once we can control corruption and we don't allow people to, we can minimize corruption. Let me use the word minimize corruption, because you cannot eliminate corruption 100%. Once you can minimize corruption, you will find that there will be good funding for every work we want to do. Now, unknown to Nigerians, do you know now that almost every state has an airport or airfield? Do you know that we have almost 36 state capitals that are functioning very well, that can compare with any state capital anywhere in the world? So we are improving, we are growing, and it's going to be better by the day, by the year. It's going to be better. And with this president, I'm sure the progress will continue to be faster self. And Nigerians are going to be, they are going to be prompted to work harder, to produce more, to do more, and so on and so forth. I think we should just be patient a bit for Mr. President. The funds are there. The funds will come in. Only we need to manage our funds ourselves. Once we reduce corruption, you'll find that there will be no problem with funding.
So let's talk about party politics.
Hello?
Senator, I'm here. I can hear you. Let's talk about party politics. You're a party leader in the APC in Lagos State. Let me ask you, how did the APC suffer defeat in the presidential election?
Well, we were taken unawares. We never anticipated this Muslim ticket. We hit us so bad. We never expected it. It was a blow that we never expected. So you can see that we quickly adjusted, and in the following election, we made corrections, and we won most of the other elections. We were struck. We never knew that the churches and co will react the way they reacted. I'm sure we have learned our lessons, and the future is going to be better for us. And you can see the composition of the new government now. They have put quite a lot of Christians to show that it wasn't necessary. What we did, voting against us because of Muslim ticket, was not the answer at all. But at the same time, I think it took us by surprise, and we will not let that happen again. We will work against that for the future.
But were you at any time worried that Governor Sanwo-Olu will not be re-elected based on what happened in the presidential election?
Well, the worry is simplifying the whole show. We were shocked, and we went out in that 2 weeks. I think there was one extension by 1 week for that election and so on and so forth, which was very graceful.
All right, let's go on another commercial break, and I will be right back. Welcome back to the final minutes of the program. I have been speaking with Senator Anthony Adefuye, a chieftain of the All Progressives Congress APC and former member of the Senate. All right, Senator, your party, the APC, is in the presidential election tribunal. How confident are you that the party will triumph?
Well, I'm very sure we are going to triumph because we haven't done anything. We have not abused any legacy, any INEC legacy, and so on and so forth. It's clear to everybody that it was a clear win. We lost Lagos, we didn't argue, and then at the end of the day, when you put all together, we came second in 29 states. We won in 12 states, and so on and so forth. You can see it was a clear win. It wasn't manipulated. It wasn't anything. So I am very confident that we are going to win at the tribunal. Very, very confident. We didn't do anything. So you know President Buhari, he was a very straightforward and honest president. He wouldn't do any manipulation, and he didn't do any manipulation. And INEC was clean. There was no manipulation. And therefore, I'm happy. If there was manipulation, we won't lose Lagos. We lost so many important places. If there are manipulation, we won't lose Osun. You know, if there were manipulation, we were the sitting government. So I don't know. You know, in Nigeria, people don't take defeat easily. They still want to go to court. They believe they can offset things at the court and so on and so forth. But I'm very confident we are going to win at the tribunal.
All right, Senator. So let me have you react to this. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo says Peter Obi is the best for Nigeria at a time like this. How will you react to this comment?
Well, that is his own personal opinion. Just as I feel President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the best president for Nigeria now, so also I don't blame Obasanjo if he says it's Obi. It is belief. It is belief. That's all. But I know the best president is Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and he's the one who has been elected, and he's going to perform wonderfully well. I can assure Nigerians that, and I'm sure Nigerians are beginning to see that sign too, that he's going to perform wonderfully well. So if he says he's Speaker of the, unfortunately, Nigerians did not agree with him, and Nigerians did not vote for Peter Obi to win.
All right. So, Senator Adefuye, what is your message to Nigerians on the need for unity of purpose to make true progress happen in our country?
Well, we all need to unite. If we unite, things are going to be very easy for us. We are going to find things easier. We'll achieve so many things together rather than divided. Once we can fight terrorism, we can remove terrorism. Once we have enough agricultural produce, and we can do free exchange of agricultural products, between states, amongst our people. Once we were united, then that will be fine. But I can tell you, 200 million Nigerians, if you find one or two who are not in agreement, it doesn't mean Nigerians are not united. From the polls, you can see Nigerians are very united. And I think we're going to improve on this. Nigerians are going to be more united than ever before. I trust President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will do everything possible to make sure Nigerians are united.
All right.
And we need to be united.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Senator. I've been speaking with the chieftain of the All Progressives Congress, APC, and former member of the Senate, Senator Anthony Adefuye, a discussion on President Bola Tinubu's bold steps in 3 weeks of his administration. Thank you very much for doing justice to our discussion tonight. It's a pleasure having you on the program. Thank you very much for your time, Senator. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for watching. That marks the end of today's episode of Politics Tonight. But the conversation continues from here. Get in touch with us on Twitter at TVC News NG and at Olajumoke using the hashtag Politics Tonight. We are also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Olajumoke Olatunji. Goodbye.